And you're going to experience fucking walking home, sir? Do you? You got there right, motherfucker. Get the fuck shit.
I've been in my position.
Get a fucking away from me. You're in my personal.
You know what this is? Do you use it? For? Okay. You're safe. God bless you. cute.
Oh.
Yo, yeah, one dude that's on Twitch.
Actually, I am on Twitch.
Yo, I told you. I subscribed to you on Twitch.
No, you don't.
Oh, I got good because he was sure about that.
Facts.
Papa.
That's gay as shit.
What did I do?
Saying some very bad things.
Okay.
Dr. Pepper.
Do a transition. Come on, I know you got it. You gotta have it.
What?
You know, like them TikTok transitions. You got it. Come on.
I don't.
Fuck, man.
What's the other thing called?
Fuck you.
Just don't like that he gave you and
Is that ice
yourself your own room, okay? Oh my! Stuff about how you'd rather I
Is that Fat Boy? Do you want a hamburger?
Why?
What a bitch. I fuck with the hair.
This guy. Who you trying to get?
Fuck you. You like a fucking circle.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I apologize.
It's Beyonce. What is up with these motherfuckers and their phones? The thing that wasn't all to be seen.
Look at Jackson. Look at Jackson.
Yeah, flabbergasted.
This man looks so nervous right now.
What pissed you off, bro?
What?
Why are you having a bad day, bro?
I'm not.
Something's bothering you, man. Come on.
What was that in your hand? If that was a Breeze Pro. Oh, that's a Roku remote. I fuck with it. Oh, okay. That got awkward way too quick. Definitely a skinhead.
You think so?
Wir müssen die Juden erschrotten. Thought that was gonna be a Willy. At least I can eat.
I'm coming at you like a dark horse.
That's not very politically correct.
A perfect song.
I hate Katy Perry. I hate Taylor Swift. All they do is sing about daddy issues. You guys are ablazing. What the fuck is that? I'm so happy I had that censored. Holy fuck. These people are really trying to kill me. Excuse me?
Hmm?
Huh?
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 Huh? Yo, what's good?
Cooling, what you on, bro? You on a PC?
I am.
You be playing games?
Nope. I am, streaming, though.
You're a streamer? I be streaming sometimes. Depends.
I was gonna say, Smoked Ham
You got a
Gaming
lot of
on,
viewers?
Smoked Ham Gaming on YouTube. We have, 1.6 thousand...
Smoke him?
Yep. It's a group of people that all record and make content together, and we got 1.6 thousand people following and subscribing and shit.
Hold on. Let me see. I'm about to set you up. You said smoke him?
Yep, Smoked Ham Gaming. We got 5,000 videos. We got just a plethora of shit. The owner of this channel actually just streams YouTube or fucking Fortnite, but I'm more of a Omegle.
I can't find it. Type it in the thing, because I can't, like, hear. Smoked ham gaming. Alright. Oh, I found it. I'm about to subscribe. Oh, I see you streaming right now.
Yep.
That's lit, bro. I've been trying to find like a collective to start something with, or like build something. I don't know, bro. It's hard.
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, bro.
These are all friends that I went to school with, so we all have a collective.
Yeah, so y'all all already know each other. But I'm gonna show love, bro.
I was gonna say, shit, you wanna reach out, I can give you the Discord thing and we can work something out with you.
Alright, bet. What's your Discord? Like just yours.
Oh, yeah, let me get that. I don't know what the fuck is going on with it.
Yeah, I'll be using that joint on my phone when I'm on that shit.
I'll just get it on my phone. Fuck it. Oh shit. That's the Discord.
Bet. TYPHO. Tooth. Damn.
wholesome ass dude, and I'm not gonna lie. I kinda regret doing that. Free Israel.
On this card, it tries this. Never finished putting car back together. Needs new wiring harness. Fuck!
Catalytic converter. Nice. That keyboard looked stupid as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
What's up?
Sup?
What's up?
Sup? No, we're not doing gang signs, buddy. No gang signs. You look like a kid that throws like pretzels in your ass. Bro thinks he's hard. Bro isn't all that.
Yo.
We're actually gonna do a maneuver. Yeah, there's no way in hell he really fucking did that. Yeah. I didn't think Jake Gyllenhaal would actually fight.
I can't even believe I trained 6 weeks for this shit.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I didn't think Jake Gyllenhaal would actually like fight people. In the movies, he seems like a badass, but the thing is that didn't actually think that he would be a fighter. That's funny. I mean, there's Connor no, fuck it. Here we are. All I have to say is that, like, Explore with Us has been, like, a big, like, I don't know. You can learn a lot of shit from Explore with Us, if I'm gonna be completely honest. Like,
Producers, if you want to try Arcade, this is the best time. Right now, you can get an extended 45-day trial for free with
16-year-old Michaela Constanzo left school after track practice, but never made it home. 2 days later, search teams make a haunting discovery. As investigators look deeper into Michaela's life, they discover what at first seems to be a typical teenage drama. However, the reality of the situation is far darker than anyone could have ever suspected.
It makes me so scared because I haven't seen her, since I went to Elko yesterday. It makes me really nervous because I haven't seen her and I want to make sure she's okay.
I think she's not safe because if she was, then she'd notify other people.
Do you have any questions for me? Yeah, find her, please.
The truth of what actually happened to Michaela is only revealed in a bizarre twist when a suspect unknowingly implicates themselves without realizing they're being recorded.
See, when you go into a public place, you always have to assume that you're being recorded. Because if you do stupid shit, you're gonna get stupid consequences. Like, and that's coming from experience. I was doing some stupid shit in Walmart one time, and I got caught because I didn't think it was being recorded. It's a fucking public place.
It was just for like a split second, and then heard like a loud thud on the car, so I just got out to see what happened. I was just kind of freaking out, and everything from there on out was kind of a blow to me. We kind of just stood there, we were crying because we didn't know what we had just done. We were freaking out. We weren't in the right mind to.
And I think with most killers and shit, they always say that we weren't in the right mind. But the thing is that you quote unquote weren't in the right mind, but you still had the audacity to kill someone.
You know what to do with anything.
Celia Constanzo begins to feel uneasy when her 16-year-old daughter Michaela doesn't message her after finishing track practice at school. As hours pass without any communication from Michaela, Celia leaves work early.
We got 2 red flags, and I'm not saying this because I'm fat as fuck, but like, 1, they run track. 2, she's named Michaela.
And heads to West Wendover High School to pick up her daughter, but finds the campus empty. Scared and anxious, Celia hurries home, hoping to find Michaela there. But to her dismay, she finds only her younger daughter and no sign that Michaela has made it home. Overwhelmed by panic, she confides in her other 2 daughters about Michaela being missing. Both sisters immediately join their mother's frantic attempts to reach out to their sister, but hear nothing back from her. As the news of Michaela's sudden disappearance quickly spreads within the community, numerous students from West Wendover High School join search parties to look for their missing friend.
I don't know if you have to wait actually 48 hours before you can make a missing persons report, but you would think that you would call the cops first.
From her favorite spots in the neighborhood to messaging and calling her, Michaela's friends and family try everything but fail to track her down. As night falls, Celia alerts the police about her daughter's disappearance. Having encountered several cases of rebellious teenagers running away from home for...
Well, that's the thing. Teenagers run away when they don't get their own fucking way. And honestly, I never done that except for when I was 10 years old. That was trying to save my own ass from getting my ass beat by my mom.
For a while, the police decide to wait until the following morning to see if Michaela shows up at school.
And this is why a lot of missing kids turn out dead, because police wait.
But when their assumption is proven wrong the next day, it reinforces Celia's belief that something horrible happened to her daughter. The police immediately begin the investigation by running a thorough background check on the family. They discover that everything was well at home and that 16-year-old Michaela was raised in a loving family alongside her 2 sisters, Kim and Alicia. Renowned for her athletic prowess, she stood out as one of West Wendover High School's top athletes and possessed a natural talent for writing. In an exclusive interview with Iwu, one of Michaela's closest friends talked to us about their friendship and her talents.
I guess the way our friendship developed was in middle school. We were kind of in the same friend group in elementary school, and actually, if I'm being completely honest, I thought she was very annoying. in elementary school, I was not her biggest fan.
And this is the core of a lot of friendships, but this is for females. The males, we beat the shit out of each other until we actually know whether or not we're comfortable enough to start calling each other names. So until then, that's how men work. But women, for the most part, this is probably the most complex way of making friends for a lot of women, because I don't think girls really think about that type of shit in elementary school.
She kept making fun of me for being short. And I was like, what are you talking about? You're shorter than me. In middle school, we had the opportunity to do a project together. Mickey and I got paired up together, and we very quickly realized that I was the crafty one and she was the good writer. And I did not like writing and she did not like crafting.
You can tell she's in the fucking crystals.
I have, I think, the first chapter or 2 of the book that she shared with me. Amazing writer. I remember she shared this with me, and it had to have been in maybe sophomore year of high school. I'm the type of person who is very picky about grammar and spelling and things. So of course I'm reading it and I'm like, this is spelled wrong. And you need a period here. But at the same time, I was so impressed with her ability to write this book, and actually sat down and read it a few weeks ago.
At school, she'd been dating her classmate, Javier Trujillo, for a year and a half. And yet Javier had only shown up at the search parties looking for Michaela much later in the night. Investigators interview Javier to ask his whereabouts from the day of Michaela's disappearance and establish a timeline of events.
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch.
The following footage has been analyzed by a qualified team, including a licensed professional counselor and a licensed attorney.
What does she go by? What's her nickname?
Usually Mickey.
Mickey?
Yeah.
Are you her boyfriend? Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, we've been on and off for a year and a half.
Yesterday, you seen her yesterday, right?
Yeah.
He's definitely autistic. I can guarantee that. I really, if I am right about him being autistic, then Connor owes me a cookie.
The last time I saw her was during lunch.
What was going on during lunch? Where were you guys?
Well, usually, if we have good grades, we get an hour for lunch. And our lunch starts from 11:30 to 12:30. So we have an hour. and we were feeling hungry, and so I wanted to go to the taco truck. And she's like, okay. And we went, we got burritos, we came back to school, we ate them. And after a while, like, she went with her friends, and I went with mine.
That was the last time you seen her?
Yeah, that was the last time I saw her. No, we walked down the hall together after lunch, and after that, I never saw her again.
Okay.
Because we have split classes after that.
It's interesting that as he says that was the last time he saw her, he's shaking his head no. As he says it, he realizes that he made a mistake.
He fucked up. He killed her. I guarantee it too. Autistic man kills track athlete.
This is a brain-body mismatch, much like you see in a person who is being deceptive, but the difference is he corrects himself. Typically, verbal and nonverbal communication matches, but when the brain is thinking one thing and the mouth says another, the nonverbal and verbal will misalign or mismatch altogether. When this occurs in individuals who have something to hide, they won't correct it, but when it's just a case of nerves or talking without really thinking, then the individual will often go back and correct themselves, as Javier does here.
And what did you do after school?
After school, I picked up my brother and then went home right away to go and change.
What time was that?
Like around like 3:40, 3:35.
Okay, and then what did you do after that?
After that, I went to work.
What time did you go to work?
Well, I left to work like at 3:45. Got there like about 3:50, 3:51, and clocked in like at 3:55, and I didn't get out till like 10.
Did you text her or talk to her?
Yeah, no, it's because I didn't know something was going on. And
okay.
Thank God. Fuck.
no, but yeah, like I was saying, I was working and I guess Michaela's mom went to my house and she told my brother, have you seen Michaela? Like, is she with your brother? And my brother told her, no, my brother's been working ever since out of school. And he went looking for me at work and he goes, hey, is anything like wrong with Michaela? Is she alright? Because her mom went looking for her at her house. And I go, yeah, everything's fine. Why? She goes, I don't know. Like, I just have a feeling something's wrong. And then he left and I go, like about an hour and 30 minutes later, Michaela's mom came and did you know a police officer named Kat?
Mm-hmm.
Or she goes by that? Yeah, they came looking for me and they're like, hey, like, have you been hanging out with Michaela? Like, did you hang out with her after school? And I told them, no, why? And then they told me because she's been missing. After track practice, they didn't know where she was. And
okay.
I told them no, that I came to work like right at 3:45 and I didn't see her.
Do you know anybody she would have been with after track practice?
Well, usually she gets rides from track practice or else she goes home walking. And if she gets a ride home, she gets one from... And then if she goes walking home, she goes to the back because our school has a football field in the back and there's a little shortcut through the right. And she goes in through there and there's this little cul-de-sac and she goes through there and just follows the sidewalk. Like, I don't understand if she went walking home because it was kind of cold and I don't know why she'd do that because usually the one that gives her, like, rides. She's the one that gives them the most rides.
Is anybody else that has said they seen her after school last night?
No, just she saw her too in the locker room.
Just in the locker room?
Yeah.
Anybody see her outside after she left? Anybody you know of?
No.
Javier's statement that he was at work while the town started looking for him.
I feel like there's flaws in and out of the statement that he's giving. I really don't think he's telling the truth. I really think he killed her.
Michaela established a strong alibi for his whereabouts, but it was still something that the police needed to verify. As he continues to describe his relationship with Michaela, Javier reveals new details about Michaela's relationship with her mother.
So, but nobody's been talking to school that they seen her after school, outside.
After track ended and things? No, they just said they saw her like right when track ended.
How's she been acting lately?
I don't know, she's been acting pretty fine. Like, if something was wrong, she'd vent. She's not one of those girls that hides her feelings, like puts her emotions in her. She has to say what's going on. And if something was going on with her, like at home, she'd be telling like, I want to go, like, I want to get out of here. I want to go somewhere else. I'm tired of my mom. Like,
so everything's been good, huh?
Yeah. And we haven't had any problems since like...
So what have you been hearing? What do you think's been going on? Do you think that she...
I think, like, I don't know.
Has she ran away before?
Yeah, she ran away once, but...
When was this?
It was, I'm not sure, I think last year. But when she ran away, she notified me and her friends. She
Where'd she
left
go
me a
to?
voicemail to her friends right next door to me, and she left me a voicemail and she goes, "Hey, I'm running away from home because I feel like pressured right now. Like my mom and DJ are screaming at me. So if you're like looking for me, I'll be at." And
I was into that.
yeah, that was the end of the voicemail. And then in the morning after that, I was feeding my dogs and I saw her with. So I was like, okay, everything's okay.
Knowing she'd run away before reassured officers that this was likely what had happened again, but she hadn't ever gone away for this long without informing anyone. What had changed this time?
Do you have any questions for me?
Like, what have you guys like been trying to do? Like, do you guys have like airplanes, people like search parties and things like
Yeah,
that?
we're getting another search party ready right now. We're going to go out. We do have airplanes that we've been up all day looking today.
Yesterday I tried getting an EO from work because I was scared and
Yeah, everybody was out looking last night and it wasn't very organized, but people were looking and
yeah,
we're trying to get everybody on the same page now. So yeah, we're doing, I'd like to say we can do more, but we're doing everything we can right now.
I got out at 10 yesterday, went looking for her, didn't finish until like 2. I went to Ford Tunnel to the back of the school where like 3 miles in. I couldn't find anything. I just think that she's like in someone's house or.
You think somebody's house?
Yeah.
Do you think she's safe in somebody's house or do you just?
I think she's not safe because if she was, then she'd be like, she'd notify other people.
She'd call or something?
Yeah, she'd call like, don't tell my mom that I'm over here with this friend.
After collecting a statement from his brother, the investigators are able to establish a solid alibi for Javier. This firmly established that Javier played no part in Michaela's vanishing and eliminated any suspicion surrounding his
Suck a dick. He looked like he was lying that entire time.
involvement. Moreover, while Michaela's family admits to events in the past when she ran away, they insist that she was always responsible.
So if she has a past of running away, that's not very much of a safe and loving household.
And would always inform her siblings about her whereabouts. Before conducting interviews with any of Michaela's friends, the investigators analyze her phone records to speak with individuals whose numbers were recorded in the calls and messages on the day she disappeared.
Damn.
One particular number stands out in the list. This individual had made repeated efforts to reach out to Michaela through a series of text messages and phone calls on the day she disappeared. The number belonged to one of Michaela's schoolmates, Cody Patton.
Ew.
As the investigators dig into Cody Patton's history, they find out that his relationship with Michaela traces all the way back to their childhood and the apartment complex where Michaela lived with her family. Since the complex is managed by Cody's parents, he spent much of his childhood there and grew up with Michaela. Over the years, they developed a deep friendship, but had drifted apart in high school. As they delve deeper into Cody's background, they uncover that he is quite popular and a top player in the school's baseball team. But he also carried a bad reputation for dating many girls at school and reportedly cheating on them. However, it appeared that in recent years, Cody, at the age of 18, had ultimately found a steady and enduring relationship with the 18-year-old Tony Fratto, a fellow student at West Wendover High School. Despite the skepticism of many schoolmates about this odd pair, given Cody's popularity and Tony's reserved demeanor, the couple remained unfazed and deeply in love with each other. In fact, Cody had been living with Tony and her family after he had a major fallout with his father a few months ago. He actually proposed marriage to Tony soon after, leading to their engagement, which left the school community shocked by the unexpected news. Yet there's a certain detail that raises suspicions. Cody had a brief relationship with Michaela before eventually committing to Tony. This was years ago, and both had mutually parted ways, so why had he then sent messages to Michaela and called her? The investigators bring Cody in for an interview and ask him about his whereabouts on the day of Michaela's disappearance.
Yesterday about 3 o'clock, what time did school get out?
3:30.
3:30. About 3:30, what were you doing about 3:30?
Cody clearly looks nervous, but it's not clear if the investigators did any rapport building with him, which would help make him feel more comfortable. Cody is fidgeting and picking at his thumbs and fingers, which is an anxiety response, but you would expect this if the investigators went into immediate questioning with no rapport building or general questions first.
I went from Mr. Viewlamont, my math teacher, Mr. Lee.
Okay.
I went from his class about, I don't know, I'd say about 3:20 or so. I went to welding shop, talked to Lobato. Was in there for a few minutes and I left his class. Can't remember what I did. And I went back and I was talking to him again for a few minutes.
Back to Lobato or back to Mr.
Back to Lobato. And then at the end of school, I walked out, and as I was walking past, I saw Michaela, and I said hi. I don't know her, and she said, what?
Where'd you see her at?
At her locker. On the long hall.
Okay.
Right, kind of where Lobato's class is. And she goes, what? And I stopped and turned around so she knew I was talking to her, and I said, oh, I'm just saying hi. And then she goes, where were you at? And I pointed, and I said, I was in Lobato's class. She goes, oh, okay.
And this is what time, you think?
About 3:30 something.
Okay.
32, I don't know. And I went outside and I left.
You left to what?
To go home.
While recounting his day, Cody uses a lot of and then statements.
I went to, and then she goes, and I went outside and and then.
This is generally a red flag, as sometimes people use and then statements when they're intentionally leaving out chunks of their story, as it allows them to jump to the point. Overall, his story is very choppy, and he seems to lose his place and stumble a bit, which is strange for what should be a simple and fairly straightforward day.
What were you leaving in?
My friend Wendy's car. It's a Trailblazer.
What color is it?
It's white.
That's a white Trailblazer?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was probably half brown. It's all dirty.
Okay. Why is it all dirty?
I have no idea. That's how she gave it to me.
Okay.
Because I was borrowing it today. Or yesterday.
After describing some of the events of his day, Cody explains why he'd called and messaged Michaela.
I had texted Michaela and asked her if she could help me, no answer. And so I called her and no answer. And she called me back. And I had left my phone in the car when I was getting some of the parts and stuff. And then I called her back, no answer. So I was like, okay. So I texted her and I said, hey, what are you doing? And she goes, I'm in practice right now. And I said, oh, okay, well, when does it get over? She was about 5 or so, and I said, okay. And then I was loading up the rest of the stuff, and it was about 4.
Yeah, no, he's pretty devious.
There is a really long pause in Cody's recollection here, which is a change in his speech pattern so far, given that he has answered everything else fairly quickly. This will no doubt raise red flags about him searching for the right answer versus the honest one. If he'd taken this long earlier when it would have been innocuous, then we might just assume he has a memory issue with time. But he didn't. Note the other times Cody takes long pauses.
About that time, Michaela called me back, and I called her again because I didn't have my phone. And then she answered, and I said, so can you come help me? And she goes, give me just a second. I just got in the locker room. I'll get ready, and I'll call you back. I said, okay. I don't know how long later, and then she called me back.
Was that on a text or from the phone?
Phone.
Okay.
And so she called me back. I don't know how long later, and then I said, can you come help me? And she goes, I can't. I have to go home. I have to go to to go work out or something at 8:30, and I don't know. And her mom was picking her up at 5.
Okay.
And I said, okay, no worries. And I asked her if she was okay, because she had a weird tone of voice, kind of like an indifferent, like, I don't know, sad, mad type. And I was like, you all right? She goes, yeah, just fine. I was like, okay, no worries. And I hung up and continued to get stuff done.
Cody continues to narrate the rest of his evening, informing the detectives that he picked up Tony from a golf course at 7, and then they got drinks from a McDonald's drive-thru. Soon after, both had been informed by their classmates about Michaela's disappearance, and they joined the search parties immediately.
He is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where you can...
However, Cody reveals one shocking detail that reverses everything that the investigators had found out so far.
I left, and then
So you didn't see her at all?
I saw her after school. That was it.
By the walk?
Yeah.
Other than that, you didn't see her at all?
Yep, nope, he killed her. For
I
sure.
saw her leave the school when I left.
Okay, on this one, I am actually 100% sure about this. I don't know if Connor's watching, but Connor, if you are here, you owe me a big ol' smooching, if I'm right.
When did you leave?
5:30.
You seen her leave the school?
Yeah.
Where was she leaving from?
She was going out the front. She was standing there talking to somebody when I left. And then there was a Mexican kid and one of the...
How sure you were it was her going out the front?
Positive.
As he says positive, Cody slightly shakes his head. Just like Javier, this could be a sign of nervousness at the situation, not deception. But unlike Javier, Cody's blink rate also increases.
It's positively her. What was she wearing, do you know?
Jeans and a gray sweater.
Okay. Anything else?
That's about all I can remember. Jeans and a gray sweater, and I think.
So where were you at when you seen her going out?
When I was going up the, I guess you call it the turnpike, leaving school.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, she was standing.
You were driving?
Yeah, when she was standing by the door, and then
You're 100% positive it was her?
Yeah.
Cody had seen Michaela speak with someone at the school's front door. The investigators continue their line of questioning to get as much information about Michaela and this strange individual who may have played a role in her disappearance.
So the first time you seen Michaela was at the lockers. That was approximately what time?
Right after school, about 3:32, 3:35.
The last time you seen her was?
About 5:30.
And that was where?
At school.
She was with somebody?
Just some. I thought it was her boyfriend because it was a short.
Her boyfriend being Javier?
Yeah, I thought it was him, but it's just some short Mexican kid. But everybody said he went to work right after school. So.
But you're positive she was out front?
Yeah, for sure.
What did she have on? You said she had on what, jeans?
Jeans and a gray sweater.
Anything else with her?
She had a black, like a handbag backpack type thing. And it looked like it was either striped or had paint on. I don't know. It was either striped or polka dot. I don't know. But it was black.
Anything else with her? What color shirt did she have on?
I couldn't tell. I could just tell she had a big sweater on, a big like gray look, a hoodie style. But other than that, that's about it.
As Cody continues to describe everything he'd witnessed, he dishes out further information that raises concerns about Michaela's well-being.
That was about 5:30.
Yeah.
Anything else you can think of that I haven't asked that maybe I should know that you think's relevant?
A while back, I can't remember exactly how long back. One time she was walking through the hall and she looked like she was pretty upset. She wasn't crying or nothing, but you could, like her eyes were red and looked like she'd probably been crying or something.
As he shares this new detail, Cody shows more signs of his anxiety as he starts to rapidly blink.
That day I saw her up where the V is at in our front of our school, where the two walkways are on the left side, talking with our boyfriend and arguing, and then for at least a week.
Oh, motherfucker. Oh, I muted it, my bad.
They didn't. And seemed like they're, I guess, tense towards each other.
What do you think that was?
There was a basketball game going on, so I don't know, maybe 2-3 weeks ago. Maybe it was probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, actually. Because I just barely.
You think your boyfriend might have been? He has something to do with this? Is what you're trying to say, or?
No, I just trying to throw, like you said, throw relevant stuff out there.
During an interview, investigators pay close attention to how a person behaves, reacts, or responds to questions. They often look for a cluster of behaviors, such as the ones that Cody just displayed by rapidly blinking, swallowing deeply, sniffing, and making a tongue click noise. The click could be due to him having a dry mouth from anxiety, as that's a normal part of the stress response. A cluster of behaviors can consist of multiple actions or responses that, when taken together, suggest a particular state of mind, such as nervousness or anxiety. A cluster often includes a combination of 3 or more signs of deception, such as inconsistent statements, avoidance of certain topics, changes in body language, or other indicators that a person may be withholding information or lying. Nonverbal communication cues like facial expressions, gestures, posture, and eye contact are also considered when assessing a cluster of behaviors. It's important to note that the interpretation of a cluster of behaviors should take into account the specific circumstances, the individual's baseline behavior, and other factors, such as culture and mental health and context. What might be suspicious behavior in one context may be perfectly normal in another. As well, a cluster of behaviors is also not definitive proof of guilt. Instead, it guides investigators in their decision-making process and can be used to develop additional areas of inquiry or obtain additional evidence.
So then that, what do you think? What's your opinion?
Honestly, I hope she just got in a fight with her boyfriend or mom or something. It's just...
Oh, come on. Fucking fourth ass. 15, what was it, like 10 minutes? I hate the apocalypse.
It's just
This quick movement might be the most revealing of all so far, as Cody breaks from his baseline behavior. The idea of baseline behavior refers to the typical or normal behavior of an individual when they are not under stress, lying, or experiencing unusual circumstances. It serves as a reference point that an investigator can compare the person's behavior to during the interrogation. Understanding an individual's baseline behavior is essential in actual decryption of behaviors because it helps investigators identify potential deviations or anomalies that may suggest deception or discomfort. Up to this point, Cody hasn't moved too much or shown much emotion, but here, along with more rapid blinking, Cody rubs at his eyes and pinches his mouth closed, which together all seem to signal that he has some growing anxiety and stress about this subject in particular.
at a friend's house or something.
Understand. Do you have any questions for me?
Do you think I did it? Best question.
Yeah, find her, will you?
Police begin to wonder if they dismissed Javier too soon and meet with him again the same day to verify his whereabouts. When they bring up Cody's name, Javier shares new concerns.
They haven't talked for like about 3 months, and it's kind of strange that yesterday she got text from him and he went up to her and he told her, hey, can you come and help me do something in the welding shop because I need help? And I don't know why he'd ask her that. I think he I shouldn't say stop, but
He's been doing that. How long has this been going on that he's been stalking her?
No, I don't know. It's because they used to have a relationship before I was with her, and yeah, I don't know.
As Javier says this, he does a lip compression, lip licking, a bit of a bigger breath, and almost seems to lose his train of thought for a minute. This cluster of behaviors could indicate that he has some disdain or dislike for this topic of Cody and Michaela dating previously.
Okay. But he tries to give her problems, and usually they try to ignore each other. And if they talk, they have attitude toward each other. They get mad right away.
While it was evident that the boys didn't get along, confirming their accusations against each other was crucial. To validate the details, investigators visit Javier's workplace to check the surveillance footage, which definitely showed that he had left his workplace at 10 p.m. and had been working consistently until then. Michaela's mother, Celia, also corroborates his statements of her reaching out to him while looking for her daughter. As the investigator,
I take back everything I said about you, my good friend Javier. I feel genuinely bad that I would accuse you of such heinous crime. That I feel bad for my little Mexican friend. He looks like that one kid from, I think it was like Shark Boy and Lava Girl. But Yeah, that's all I got for right now.
Investigators find no cause to doubt Javier's intentions. They once again
No, he looks like that one fucking kid with the, shit. He stole this one kid's dream book or something.
strike his name off the list. To verify Cody's statements, the investigating team schedules an interview with Cody's fiancée, Tony Fratto, and her statements add an unexpected twist to the case.
And then about 5:30, he texted me and said that he was home and he's gonna.
About what time?
About 5:30.
Okay, he texted you? You saw that text?
I don't.
Okay, he texted you and said he's home.
Right after she answers about no longer having the text message, Tony does some interesting lip compressions and lip licking. Something about that answer seems to have not sat well with her.
And he said he was gonna work on some of those parts and work on his RC cars and everything.
Okay.
I said, okay. And then we were texting, we're planning to go do something, get out of the house. And so he came and got me about 7 o'clock from the golf course. That's where they're holding the meeting.
How many times did he text you between 5 and 7?
Maybe 10, 15 texts.
Okay. So at 7 o'clock, what did you guys do?
We went and got drinks at McDonald's and then just sat in McDonald's for a little while, talking and everything. Yeah. And then that's about the time maybe we sat there close to 45 minutes or whatever, just talking and everything. And that's when we started getting like texts and calls and asking if we'd seen Michaela, and I said, we haven't seen her at all. And so after about like 5 calls or whatever, we were like, okay, something's going on. So we went and drove around to see if we could see her or anything.
Can you recount where you drove around?
We started over by the school, kind of made our way down to Hanson Storage.
Back at the school, Cody was texting, calling somebody. Do you know?
Every time I hear
Did he
the
ask
name,
anybody?
every time I hear the name Cody, it makes me think about the fucking Lego guy from Ninjago. Jesus.
To come help him with anything?
I know he was was trying to get a hold of Mickey, but I don't know if she did or not. Cause
Did he tell you he was trying to get a hold of Mickey?
he did tell me that he was trying to get a hold of her, but every time he called or text, she wouldn't reply. Or
It comes to realization too that one wrong sneeze, her eyeballs are gonna fly the fuck out of her skull.
didn't answer.
What did he want to do? What did he want her with her?
I think just to load in the heavy metal or whatever, so she could grab one and he could grab the other. But I don't know if that happened. I don't know.
It appears that the way that Tony expresses her inward anxiety is through lip compression and licking. This is a red flag that she's hiding something, or she knows.
Am I anxious?
More than she's letting on, especially following her saying, I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, how would you say that you and Mickey get along?
We say hi once in a while. We don't really talk. I don't know Mickey very well.
Do you really care for her?
As a person, I don't have anything against her, no.
Not only is there an upward inflection in her voice,
This bitch got jealous because that Michaela bitch was texting her man.
but Tony avoids answering the question here, while also not outright lying. By saying, as a person, she's completely rephrasing what the detective is saying. She's not admitting that she has a problem with her, but goes around it in a really odd way. The original question was, do you care for her? So Tony has avoided directly saying yes or no.
Did her and Cody have a relationship prior to you?
I believe so, like a really long time ago.
And you don't have any like hard feelings towards her, or if people said you hate her, that's not the case?
No, not at all.
Even after being asked multiple times, Tony is consistent with the timeline of events. Starting from their visit to McDonald's, their search for Michaela, and the subsequent trip to Cody's cousin's place to return his friend's car. Tony substantiates every detail, including the specific locations they scoured while searching.
That green area of grass looks like the skid marks on my toilet paper when I'm done with it. Is this in fucking Texas? Because all I see is like straight fucking desert.
For Michaela. Additional members of the search team also support this account, affirming that they witnessed the couple's efforts to locate the missing teenager within the town. The situation looked nothing beyond regular teenage drama, and the investigating team crosses off Cody's name from their suspect list. It's now March 5th, 2 days since Michaela's sudden disappearance, and the investigators remain empty-handed, devoid of suspects or fresh leads to propel the case forward. Just then, an unexpected twist changes the entire course of the investigation. A distressing phone call reaches the investigators from an employee working at a local mining company in West Wendover. He recounts seeing a set of tire tracks turning into an otherwise desolate patch of the desert while he drove back to West Wendover. He shares that he had followed the tracks into the desert and saw what looked like blood splattered onto the ground and the rocks. Recognizing the gravity of his discovery, he had now called the police to relay this ominous find. In this never-before-seen eerie video, the police arrive at the desert location and quickly uncover the tire tracks, as well as the blood splatters the caller had reported.
Oh, that's your body.
The shallow grave in the desert confirms their worst fears. As soon as the officers notice human flesh, they call the forensics team to assist them in retrieving the body and the samples.
Allen is on the way, baby.
It's Michaela Constanzo. The apparent cause of her death was a profound wound on her throat. Her hands were bound with zip ties. While the zip ties suggested a potential kidnapping, the investigators remain uncertain about who might have had motives to abduct her and why. Their focus pivots to the mine worker who'd originally reported about finding the grave in the desert, but they find no evidence to incriminate him or any suspicious person in the desert who may have been involved. With no leads to verify, the police circle back and request the school to provide their surveillance tapes from the day of Michaela's disappearance, in the hopes that they will find something or someone they might have missed. The CCTV footage exposes a disturbing reality that changes everything. In the footage, they see Michaela in the hallway at the end of the day and someone following her. But it isn't her boyfriend Javier, as Cody Patton had suggested. It's Cody himself.
Uh-oh.
On the day that Michaela went missing at 5:41
Connor, it's time to hook her up, buddy.
p.m., Cody walks by the school's locker room for the first time. At 5:44 p.m., he exits and re-enters the school from the back door and goes back to the locker room. 10 minutes later, he walks by the locker room and continues to pace there. At 6 p.m., investigators watch Michaela leave the school, and shockingly, Cody follows her. During his interview with the investigators, Cody claimed that he witnessed Michaela along with...
You know, it's kind of shocking, excuse me, I just shit myself, but it's kind of shocking that since this was recorded in 2011, or no, it was 2013, the camera footage has gotten this exponentially good compared to now. Like, this is scary shit on how technology, like, evolves, like, so quickly.
With another person at the school's entrance. However, the surveillance video contradicted this statement entirely. Instead, the investigating team see Cody exiting the school through the back door at 6 p.m., which differs from his earlier statement of leaving school at 5:30 p.m. The investigators speak with Cody's parents to find out more about their son's whereabouts. They confirm meeting Cody and their family that night, but do flag their concerns about his friendship with the person who lent their car to Cody.
Tell us about her or what you know about her, if you don't mind.
She's creepy.
Yeah. She's what? Creepy. Creepy.
She used to be their dance teacher before they were in kindergarten. Both of our kids.
When they were 4 years, no, 8. 4, yeah.
Does she regularly let the kids drive her vehicle?
Yeah, all kids.
Everybody.
Remarks from Cody's parents had sparked significant apprehension regarding this person, who frequently allowed teenagers like Cody to use her car. To gather additional information about who had access to the car and their locations on the day of Michaela's murder, the investigating team interviews this individual.
Is she texting someone behind your back?
What the
A single Spokio search can help you find out who she's...
So when was the next time you had contact with Cody, whether it was in
Like
person or
8:45.
calls or texts or...
Texting throughout the day. You know, we were going to go to Metro after school. He said, no, I've got to hurry and get this stuff done. And then about 5:45, I'm like, I need my car. I'm not done yet.
That's all you would say?
Yeah.
What else do you think you text back and forth?
Just hurry, I need my car, you know, nothing. And he didn't seem irritated or anything. It was just normal conversation.
And when you let him have the car, you say about noon, what condition was it in? I mean...
Well, the night before there was that flash rainstorm, and I was at Smith's. And so it basically washed everything off that was there before, you know, so it was clean from the rain.
When you got it back, what did it look like?
It was dusty.
The police find out that Cody had been the only person she'd lent her car to on that day. Adding to the intrigue, a distinctive detail about the car emerges, one that sharply contrasts with Cody's narrative. This individual recalls that the car was covered in dust when Cody returned it, while Cody had stated that he'd received the vehicle in that condition. However, Tony contradicted both of these accounts in her statement.
So you seen the vehicle about 4:50?
Yeah.
What condition was the vehicle in? Was it clean?
Yeah.
Was it dirty?
Not that I noticed. I mean, there was a few like dirt or whatever from like the metal because it'd been laying on the ground or whatever. But that's
The
all
outside
I
wasn't
noticed.
dusty? There was no mud on it? Or
Not that I noticed, no.
Okay, when he got you at 7 o'clock, did you see the vehicle?
Yeah,
What did it look like then?
the same.
It wasn't dusty or anything?
Mm-mm.
The varying descriptions concerning the car's condition raised serious doubts about Cody's involvement in the crime. In pursuit of substantial evidence against him, the team takes custody of the vehicle for analysis and speaks with his classmates, friends, and teachers. In the course of these never-heard-before interviews, the investigators come across astounding testimonies regarding Cody's attitude, as well as an unsettling rumor that had been making its way around the school.
He is a person who is aggressive and he does have a temper. And they were telling me earlier that I think she's afraid of him because I think he does abuse her. I'm pretty sure he's hit her before. And
But she's never told you that?
no, but they said they told me they have tape of him choking her against the wall.
So when you say he has a temper, have you ever seen the temper?
I haven't personally. I don't think I've seen him like be angry and
That motherfucker needs to be put away, man.
storm off, but I've never seen him like take it out on anybody or anything. I just seen him like disappear.
Shockingly, beneath the facade of a happy couple, Cody and Tony were grappling with issues. Their seemingly harmonious relationship exposed a dark side when a heated argument between them in the school's locker room was caught on surveillance camera, an incident that a staff member at the school further elaborated on in his interview with the police.
Anything we haven't asked about we should know about?
I don't know. Cody seemed, just after the semester ended, which was in January, I mean, he seemed a little distracted that he got kicked out of my weights class. And I don't know if things in his life are just kind of piling up or what, but he would show up in the gym every now and again and I would kick him out. And that's kind of where this all started, when I didn't even really ask him why he was here at the school that night, because our relationship's kind of confrontational sometimes, and so I just really didn't want to get involved in that area of it. And so that's why that night I wish, I look back now and wished I would have said something to him, but I mean, he just didn't really act like he was mad at anything that night. I mean, he put the keys in his mouth, and he did his, I still see it to this day, with how he looked, but I mean, it just didn't look like he was mad at something or somebody. And of course, I'm not sure what happened from that point on, but.
Why did he get kicked out of the class?
Because of the relationship between him and Tony turned bad, so to speak, and so they wanted to keep them separated as much as possible.
So Tony?
I'm gonna go take a fucking leak. I will be right back. Back, boys. Yo, what's up, Russell?
Was in the weights class?
Yes, she was with him that semester.
And so what class did he go to?
It was a credit recovery class to try and see if he can get graduated this school year, because he had some classes that he had failed in the past that he was trying to make up credit for.
Okay. And when you say the relationship between them went bad, what do you mean?
He got a little. I'm not sure all the details because, of course, they don't disclose too much to us. But apparently, the administration was just trying to keep those two apart as much as possible because I guess he got a little bit of violent toward her a couple of times.
Okay. And so, but you never saw any problems?
Not between those two, no.
Clearly, Cody had anger issues and often resorted to violence. One of his friends had tried to warn Michaela about it as well.
The last guy just asked Michaela, is Cody trying to talk to you again? He's like, she said, yeah. And I'm like, well, you probably shouldn't. It's bad news. He's his girlfriend. That basically is what I said. Mm-hmm. And that's about it.
Okay. So you and her were texting back and forth?
For a little bit.
Okay. Did she mention to you what he was texting her about, or what she was talking? No.
She said she told him to leave him alone before her. That's what she said to me.
To you? She told you that? Okay. You told Michaela that...
He's bad news, but he's good.
Okay. Why is that?
Just because, I don't know, he's kind of two-faced, I guess that would be the best way to put it.
Okay.
The situation became increasingly alarming when both this friend and his mother reported.
I hope they know that blurring out people's faces doesn't actually work, because there's, technology, or, with a computer, you can, even with the, least amount of skill, you can just enhance that said picture in that area.
Similar instances of violence and manipulation involving Cody.
I think I was talking to one of the other teachers or talking to the vice principal, and it was about certain behaviors with Cody. I had huge issues because it had finally gotten to a point where he quit hanging out with him because he was doing ridiculous stuff, things that are maniacal. Burned my son with a piece of metal and then tried to play it off like it was an accident.
In school?
No. His parents own a shop, and we were soldering a battery cable together, and he's like, is this hot? Touch me with it. Burn me out. No, it's not hot.
Nice.
These disturbing descriptions show some potential signs of serious mental health struggles along the lines of conduct disorder and its adult relative, antisocial personality disorder.
These mobile ads get so out of hand half the time.
Frequent outbursts of anger and aggression when faced with obstacles or not getting their way, even in minor situations, can be a big cause for concern. The red flag is when this behavior goes beyond occasional frustration. Deliberately causing harm to others, whether physically or emotionally, is another significant red flag, as well as an apparent absence of empathy or remorse for the pain and suffering they inflict. A tendency to lie, manipulate, or deceive others for personal gain is also common in individuals with antisocial personality disorder. So is struggling to form and maintain healthy relationships due to their aggressive and manipulative behaviors.
Damn.
Many individuals with conduct disorder display these behaviors in childhood or adolescence. Identifying such issues at a young age is essential for intervention and treatment. If these behaviors persist into adulthood and are not simply a phase of adolescence, it may suggest a more serious underlying condition, like antisocial personality disorder.
Well, and then he took his phone one night because his phone had broken. This was it for me. I was like,
What happened was I went to their house. I've been in their house like 2-3 times. And I was there once, and I was in their living room the entire time. I came back out, and they told his older brother that I'm not allowed to hang out there anymore. And I was like, what did I do? And apparently it's because I stole money. And I was like, I don't even know what money you're talking about. And when we were in class one day, because he came in to see Tony, he's like, because this is his old phone. And he's like, can I see my phone? He was looking at it and whatnot. He's like, when are you going to give me $30 for this? I'm like, you said you're letting me borrow it, until he got around. And he took it, and I was on the computer playing guitar because it's my guitar class. And he apparently sent a text to himself saying that I basically admitted for it, like that I stole the money. And I was like, really? Are you kidding me?
and it was his older brother that said, hey, that he...
I have an iPhone now, and even before my iPhone, I had a Samsung. I remember when those chips used to be a big fucking thing. That's fucking funny as shit. I feel old.
He borrowed your phone anytime recently? And was like, had to think about it, yeah. And he's like, oh, because check it out. This is what he did.
It's like, it doesn't seem like you texting. He's like, I don't know how you text,
Mm-hmm. And my son may be a lot of things, but he is not a thief.
Have you ever seen Cody violent? You said you and him almost got into it.
Oh, a couple times we have. I almost got in a fight with him 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
One time I was at the shop. He threw a blow at me, and then I went underneath him. I picked him up, slammed him on the ground. I was like, you need to knock your stuff off before I kick your butt. The last most recent circumstances, they were out. Me and a couple of my buddies were out, and they were all drinking and whatnot. And I was like, I'm not doing this because they're acting ridiculous. I was like, okay, I'm not getting in trouble. And so I said, I'm walking home, and it was like 10 or 11 at night. And I was like, I'm walking home, and he's like, why are you being? And he's going off. He's all mad because I'm leaving. And he's getting yelling in each other's faces. And I'm like, I'm sick of your crap. And we're sitting there, and then he comes up. He's like, well, I'm sorry. And he just walks off. That was the last time. And I was like, I'm not dealing with this crap no more.
Because of his controlling and erratic behavior, Cody had lost many friends. But had his anger pushed him to do something unthinkable this time? To find out more about what transpired between Cody and Michaela and how their relationship changed after they broke up, the investigators talked to her best friend.
You were at track practice with her on the 3rd? Okay. Was anything unusual going on?
The only thing that Kayla was talking about was she had her phone with her and she was saying that Cody Patton had been texting her. That was the only thing that was weird.
Why was it weird?
Because they usually don't talk because they don't really like each other.
Okay. Was she bothered by these texts all of a sudden?
She just seemed annoyed by it. Like, why would he want to bother her at all?
What about Cody? Do you know him very well?
A little bit.
Did he ever talk about Michaela?
Only how annoying she was. Her voice just annoys me and stuff like that.
Contrary to the impression Cody had given to the investigators during his interview, the reality was quite different regarding his relationship with Michaela. Both could not stand each other and were hardly cordial. Adding to this, the friend also disclosed a concerning offer that Cody made to Michaela on the day she mysteriously disappeared.
Do you know what she meant by randomly texted her out of nowhere?
Because her and Cody don't text. They don't even talk to each other.
Okay, so it was real unusual to be getting texts from Cody. Okay. Why didn't she have a ride that day?
Well, she didn't ask for a ride, but normally that's why I stayed, is so that she can get a ride home.
Given their history, it was strange for Cody to reach out to Michaela for help. Why had he offered her a ride back home? The investigating team interviewed Michaela's boyfriend, Javier, again to find out if he knew anything about the messages or the reason behind Cody's sudden change in behavior.
What about Cody?
I don't know, that was the first.
The question is, what?
Fear Fest is back.
It's for the best.
AMC brings you 31 days of the most iconic shocks, slashers, and screams.
Why is Tony looking into getting legal counsel? You'll recall that Cody didn't mention her having anything to do with what happened to Michaela. Yet Tony has been hiding something. It seems she doesn't realize her conversation with the attorney is being recorded.
What happened? What caused you to leave? Had gotten a text saying that he had her and she wanted to talk, but he wanted me with her. Okay. You got a text from who? From Cody. You got a text from Cody? That he had her and that he would like me to come with. Okay. When he said that he had her, who did he have? Michaela. Had you talked about that earlier? No. What do you think he meant by he had her? Well, because I knew they wanted to talk, but I didn't know for sure when or about what exactly. What do you think he might want to talk to Michaela about? She wanted to get back together with him and everything, but he didn't seem like he had an interest in her and he didn't want that. Okay. And he wanted you to come along? Yes. Okay. So what happened after you got the text? I told him where I was and to go ahead and come get me, and I would go with him. Okay. So what happened then after you took that? He came and got me, and we went straight out to the gravel pit where she died. Okay. When he came and got you, who was in the car? Him and Michaela. Where was Michaela sitting? In the back. And where did you sit? In the front seat. Okay. After you got in the car, what happened? We decided to go drive around, and then Michaela had said she didn't want anyone to see us talking, so we decided to go out towards the gravel pit. Whose idea was it to go to the gravel pit? It was kind of a group effort because we kept talking about then where do you want to go or whatever. We just started kind of heading out that way to get out of town. What was the emotion at that time? Was anybody mad at anybody? Were people friendly? What was the emotion? It was kind of tense because she was a little bit upset, but we were just trying to talk to her and everything and let her know that we didn't want to cause any problems or have any problems. We wanted to work everything out. Okay. I wasn't thinking. I had taken it from him to go, just to take it from him and everything.
So it was a double murder. Nice. Huh. Well, I guess we found out what the fuck is going on. But I think that's gonna conclude tonight. Hasta la vista.